This week on TGC News, a new bolt gun from Proof, a new affordable 9mm pistol, a couple VIPs from Nighthawk, and I've got an announcement you guys are not going to want to miss. TacPack is a monthly gearbox that knows what you need and want, and they're always mixing things up. One month you could be met with gun parts or cleaning gear, and the next you may end up with survival gear that you didn't know you needed. Not only that, but the stuff inside comes from brands you already know and love. TacPack covers all the bases, and if you use our code TGCBAG over at TacPack.com, you'll get a free grab bag that ships separately when you place your first order. Welcome back to another episode of the Gun Collective News, the only gun news show that covers things you actually care about. My name is Jon Patton. Yeah, that's my name. Hi, how are you? If you're new here, consider getting subscribed to stay up to date on new stuff from the gun industry, like new guns, gun accessories, and kind of everything in between. We cover it all. Now, how about some news? Let's get to it. First up this week is a new one that is meant for a very specific type of shooter. It's a collaborative effort from Proof Research, makers of fancy carbon fiber barrels, and modular-driven technologies, makers of fancy rifle chassis. The name is even cooler. I'm kidding. It's called the Proof MDT ACC Chassis Rifle, I guess. I'll be honest, though. It looks really cool. It looks really cool. Of course, it starts with the special edition of the MDT ACC chassis, and inside that, you'll find a Zermatt Arms TL3 Action. That has a 26-inch Proof steel barrel. Yep, no carbon fiber on this one. Moving on from there, it has a TriggerTech trigger, 12-round MDT mag, Area 419 Hellfire brake, and a 20 MOA rail up on the top for your optic. The gun weighs in at 15 pounds, 14 ounces, almost 16 pounds. It'll be available in 223, 6 ARC, 6 Dasher, 6 Creedmoor, 6.5 Creedmoor, and 308. None of which will have recoil with a freaking 16-pound gun. I'm betting this thing will be an out-of-the-box shooter, really. Like all the stats, like, yeah, that's going to shoot well. Of course, it should be, because the price tag is $5,700. Now, I know all of the long-range guys are probably whining right now, because that's not stupid expensive for what you get. But for the people that aren't in that world, that's not a cheap gun. I know the precision shooting bug is still strong with a lot of shooters. Like, that was raging before COVID, and I'm sure it's still going, especially with ammo being so expensive, like lower round count. But I want to know what you guys think of this. Is this rifle something that you're into? Do you really get into these bolt-action precision guns? Would you rather have a semi-auto that might not be quite as precise, but a little bit different, little volume of fire action going on? Sound off in the comments. Let's talk about it. We have 3 more new pistols to cover, so Izzy the editor, hit it. It's rapid fire time. First up in our rapid fire segment is a new one from SDS Imports. It's called the Zigana PX9 Gen 2. I didn't know there was a Gen 1. And it's actually made by a company called TSOS out of Turkey. Long story shorter, this gun looks like it skimmed through a dealer catalog and copied little bits of a bunch of different guns. If you look at it and squint, you can kind of see an XD, maybe a little bit of VP9, maybe some Smith & Wesson, and some other stuff too. It comes standard with P226 style 18-round mags, interchangeable grip panels, and a flared magwell. The MSRP for all that, $380. If that thing is any good, if it's any good, that could be some really solid value. Next up, Nighthawk has a couple new ones. They're called the VIP and VIP Black. In this case, VIP stands for Very Impressive Pistol. It's a cheesy name, but knowing Nighthawk, the guns will be good. They're chambered in 45 ACP and have 5-inch barrels as well as 8-round mags. Both models have some really nice sort of scroll work, engraving, and checkering work all around on the grip, on the slide, etc. To cap it off, it has an 18-karat gold bead for a front sight, like right there on the front sight. I love that, especially on shotguns. Woo, different topic. Whether you want the black or the standard VIP, the price is the same, $8 grand. Yep. Moving on, a curious one from a company called Vuurwapen. The gun is called the HMC9, or Hybrid Micro Compact 9. Essentially what you have here is a Glock slide from like a 48, 43X, 43, mounted on a frame that takes SIG P365 magazines, thus taking your Glock single stack slide and making it work with a double stack magazine. I'm not going to break down every model because there are a few, but what I find interesting beyond the guns is that this seems to be the brainchild, or at least he's heavily involved, of Andrew Toy, who also owns Vuurwapen blog, which is best known for starting the Fire Clean is Crisco debacle back in 2015. He really upset them. I believe they sued him. It's interesting to see that his path is moving in this direction, for sure. The MSRP on these HMC9 guns is $558 for standard models and $582 for MOS slide models. The frame itself can be had for $270 for the complete frame if you want to use your own slide. I'm not sure how I feel about this one, considering the 365 can be had for less than that. Like, why do you need a Glock slide? And the minimal advantages that these guns might offer might not be worth those dollars. I'm trying to wrap my head around why somebody would want to combine these two. I'm sure you guys will tell me if you think it's hot or not down in the comments. I know you will. And like I said in the opening, I also have a big announcement for you guys. It's time. The time has come. It's time to announce this year's TGC panel, once again presented by our title sponsor, Brownells. Yeah, they're back on board. That's rad. We weren't able to have one back in 2020, but it is back for 2021. If you don't know, this is a one-of-a-kind event where you can come meet your favorite gun channels, gun tubers, creators, whatever you want to call them, and ask them any kind of question you want in person. No Zoom calls here. We're not doing that crap. It's in person. It's all happening on September 4th at 3 p.m. at Collectors Firearms in Houston, Texas. Now, for those that don't know, Collectors is a 20,000 plus square foot gun shop slash museum with not just modern guns, sure they got that, but some of the coolest historical pieces around. They've got some really incredible stuff. As far as panelists go, this year we've got a really, really good lineup. We have Mr. Guns and Gear, 9-Hole Reviews, Johnny B, Talon Sai, Sean from We Like Shooting, James from TFB TV, Jackie from Pew Pew Tactical, Brandon Herrera, John Lovell, Jared from Guns and Gadgets, and assuming the military doesn't pull this one away, Grand Thumb. Of course, Genevieve and myself will also be there representing TGC on the panel. Not to mention the fact that we will have giveaways from companies like Vertex, Faxon, Primary Arms, and there's a whole bunch more in the works. Of course, we will be live streaming it here on TGC, on probably Facebook and YouTube, and we're also going to be streaming it on the Guns and Gadgets channel on YouTube. But if you aren't there in person, if you're trying to watch the live stream, you're going to miss out on the food trucks that we have coming to feed everyone. Yeah, apparently Houston has a great food truck scene. Now, tickets for the event are free, and we do appreciate it if you use the link below to grab your tickets. It's down in the video description, so we know how many folks to expect. That would be super helpful. Remember, it's happening September 4th at 3 p.m. at Collectors Firearms in Houston. We will see you there. Can't wait. The Cellmark family of brands offers a huge variety of stuff for the hardcore enthusiast and weekender alike. Whether you need body armor from Bullet Safe, red dot optics from Sightmark for your rifles and pistols, maybe you need a weapon tripod from Kopfjäger, or maybe you're looking for something even more fancy like thermals and night vision from Pulsar. They've got you covered in so many ways. To learn more, check out these brands at retailers everywhere, or hit the links in the description to learn more. It's time now for Friendly Fire, the segment where I answer questions from you guys. Sort of like the panel, but I'm on this end of the camera and you're not here hanging out with me. This time our questions are coming from the TGC Nation Facebook group. If you aren't there, you need to change that. Our first question is from Tony DeBerry, and he says, with all of the innovation that has happened in the gun industry over the past few years, is there anything out there left to be done that can really wow you? Well, yeah, I mean, of course. We don't know what we don't know. That's sort of my perspective on this. Someone could be in a shed working on something incredible right now. I'd love to see more innovation in big bore stuff, but like I said, we don't know what's coming. We have no idea. Jared Kovash says, what more can we do to stop the infringement on our rights? Well, you can get more involved by trying to be a good representative of the gun community. Just be a good person out there that's not a douche about gun stuff. You can educate folks where possible without being an overbearing douche. That's kind of what I meant. You could start your own pro-gun group and rattle the cages of politicians. You are capable of doing that. You could also take newbies shooting and just educate people. There are a lot of things that may not seem like a direct action towards that goal, like this equals this. That's not always the case, but all of the small things do add up. Andrew Teller is going the opposite direction of the first question. He says, what's the biggest obstacle stopping innovation in the gun industry? I'd say technology. We're still using an explosion to propel projectiles downrange. We will see true innovation when we push past that. Until then, it's pretty much all incremental. I know that sort of like devalues what people are doing, but I'm talking big picture here. My friendly fire question to you guys this week. Will you be at the TGC panel in person or watching the live stream here on this channel? Sound off in the comments below. And if you want to ask a friendly fire question, jump over to theguncollective.com and send it our way. Now, if you enjoyed this show and you want to see a promo-free version, check us out on floatplane.com. And after you click the like button on this video, be sure to hit the secret affiliate link down in the description. Go buy some TGC merch. That would be an awesome help for us. And of course, don't forget to get subscribed for more gun news every single week. And as always, thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon. Yep, it's over, but don't worry, you can click on the video up top to watch last week's show, and the one below that is the one that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. Check them out and let me know what you think.